Stephen Gill's radio show.
Tonight here in Sydney, Australia. It's shit. What day is it tonight? Oh, it's Tuesday. I saw Dr. Phil actually. I was watching his interview today with Robert F. Kennedy Jr. on Rumble, which is pretty interesting. Plus, good on Dr. Phil for getting up at one of the Republican campaigns. And I think, was this in Madison Square Garden and standing up for Americans? Because from a psychologist's point of view, guys, when you have a psychologist like Dr. Phil, very good psychologist, one of the best psychologists in the world, yeah, he's admitted that he's never really understood politics. I don't think he ever paid attention to it. Most mental health professionals would keep that to themselves, basically, with politics or spirituality or whatever they believe in, because they've got too much time to always studying, perfecting your craft. I will keep saying that you've got to perfect your craft in this world. Now, this presidential election is, it's become a time where I believe that. I'm just trying to sit down. People are just fed up with all the woke bullshit, cancel culture that's been shoved down our throats all this time for years. Clearly we're fed up with Joe Biden. Can't even do his job, of course. So he's stuffed up as a president. And Dr. Fauci's. I don't trust Dr. Fauci. I mean, there's no evidence to say that vaccines cause autism, okay? There's no proof of that. I can understand what Robert F. Kennedy Jr. was telling from his point of view, like getting us citizens, American citizens, Australian citizens, all these pharmaceutical companies, Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and trying to shove a vaccine down our throat and say, if you don't get vaccinated, you can't work now. Like I said, I'm fully vaccinated for coronavirus. Yet I've had it twice. It's shit. As far as I know, apparently that they've kept the Pfizer vaccine, which is great, but he did bring it up about vaccines and how the lockdowns had pretty much destroyed the economy and businesses. A lot of small businesses suffered because of lockdowns and mask mandates, which is understandable, to wear your mask, of course, to help stop the spread of COVID. Now, good on Dr. Phil for getting up on stage, never been seen before, and basically Elon Musk ended up speaking at the Republican campaign. I mean, you don't have to agree everything the Republicans talk about. No, I don't. You don't have to agree with everything Donald Trump does. But even Dr. Phil will admit about this cancel culture bullshit that's been happening. And because I found when I was studying my bachelor's degree in music, I had a lot of left wing professors, lecturers. A lot of my lecturers were lefties. And you'd always get basically taught that the left is the be all end all. I don't know why a lot of universities are run by the left. It depends on the course you're doing. I'm talking music, art sort of thing. At the time, I never really paid a lot of attention to politics, wasn't interested in it. I heard, but well, back in 2016 when Donald Trump won, yeah, I don't know why people didn't get the media started attacking him from day one. And when you watch Donald Trump on the Joe Rogan Experience, ask Kamala Harris to go on Joe Rogan. Ask Joe Biden to sit down one-on-one with Dr. Phil. Probably wouldn't. It'd be a good idea to watch Dr. Phil interview Joe Biden as well, and Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, I think, is a pretty intelligent woman. She's got a lot of intelligence. Okay. I don't know, Hillary Clinton. No, I didn't trust Hillary Clinton whatsoever. Michelle Obama would have been good to run for the Democrats as well. Barack Obama was pretty cool. Yeah, it's funny Donald Trump started off as a Democrat. Now, for me, and my views were, as I've told you, is how about the Liberal Party in Australia. All right. Now, how I've sort of moved to the independents. Now, there's a worry about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. being an independent, how he's going to cope in Congress if elected. Because apparently the independents don't have as much of the backing behind them. Yeah, you get all the libertarian parties, which is good, and the independents. I just don't like it when this is where YouTube starts censoring people on purpose. It's done it to me as well. And this is why I do the live here on Rumble. Yeah, but for me, the whole censorship and this cancel culture, it's time for us to stand up to all this bullshit that's been happening. And it seems to me like if you're a Donald Trump supporter, guy, you people are getting threatened. People's lives are in danger. People are being assaulted in the streets because they want to support the Republican Party. Now, obviously, when the hurricane happened, doesn't matter if you're a Democrat voter, a Libertarian voter, Republican voter, here, Labor, Liberal, when there's a cyclone. You just go around, you help your neighbors, guys. All right? I just don't know what's happened to America where it's gotten to the point that, it's like you got to label yourself a Democrat or a Republican. If you're a Republican voter, no one wants to do business with you, especially in a lot of the media industry. In Hollywood especially is the worst, where as soon as I find out that you're supporting Donald Trump, which I do myself because that's by choice, you look at it now, and all the shit that's been happening in Hollywood as well. Harvey Weinstein, sick people, mate, sick, evil people running the entertainment industry. And they all want to push their left-wing woke culture on us and say that men should compete with women in sport, which is not fair. The Paris Olympics this year was bloody horrible. It was so woke to the point people just tuned out, honestly. Like, come on. Yes, basically, I feel that we're at a point now. I think the American people are at a point now with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump These two prepare to debate each other. They have preparations going on, so they know. Yeah, it's interesting about body language as well. You look at Dr. Phil from a psychologist's point of view about body language in when politicians, how they use their hands, facial expressions, how they, to be able to sit down with the audience on Merit Street Media and analyze body language, which was pretty cool, and basically show that how Kamala Harris, Donald Trump act in certain situations of questions, how politicians deflect questions, avoid questions in high stress situations. Don't forget, these two candidates have been preparing for these campaigns for quite a long time. Yeah, mate. Look, I don't watch Donald Trump's campaign speeches. I mean, I don't have the time for it, of course. But I don't even watch the presidential debate. I don't. To me, it's not going to change anything. But what means more to me is when you see Donald Trump sit down with Dr. Phil one-on-one, or Rudy Giuliani, if you're a Rudy Giuliani supporter. Benjamin Netanyahu as well, being able to sit down with Dr. Phil and talk to Dr. Phil. These high politicians, these are billionaires. These guys, they own real estate assets too. Now, I know Oprah Winfrey is not a big fan of Donald Trump. I haven't heard much from Oprah Winfrey as well. She was an amazing woman on television for years. Yes, that's the thing where it's quite possible that the last US presidential election was rigged. There was a lot of voter fraud going on. Dinesh D'Souza did an investigation into voter fraud into the United States of America. Now, as with these vaccines, these coronavirus vaccines, I mean, these are made in a laboratory. No, there is no 5G network microchipping that's been put into these vaccines, okay? These are conspiracy theories. No, these vaccines don't cause autism. Yes, some of the vaccines did cause injury in people, and yes, I know that there's a class action lawsuit in Australia against some of the pharmaceutical companies. Like, you notice that they don't give Moderna anymore, AstraZeneca. I think they're just sticking with the Pfizer. Johnson and Johnson, they took that down. It was crazy. It was crazy. Pretty much, I feel that people have woken up from the last 4 years in Australia, America, across the world. Anthony Albanese always riding off his business trips on these luxury first-class flights. Kevin Rudd travelling first class around the world to Switzerland in these poshy hotels and bludgeon off the taxpayers' money. Again, who do we trust? Failed voice referendum in Australia, which was not good. Okay. Well, you look at like a lot like Elon Musk, for instance, such a genius, that man, to be able to, with SpaceX, fire rockets into space is just incredible. And I mean, don't pay attention to all the bullshit the media tell us. Okay. Because I just get fed up with I really get fed up with the lies going on. Okay. Censorship, these technology companies, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, they can fuck off. YouTube can fuck off as well. Honestly, that's because they don't want you to they don't want you to hear the truth. That's why. So as soon as you tell the truth in this world, okay, tell the truth, you back your truth up with facts, you get cancelled with cancel culture and shadow banning. This is going on with a lot of content creators. I know quite a few content creators that have been shadow banned. And, yeah, so that's the point I'm trying to make, where it's we're in a difficult time in the world. All right. And I definitely believe that people just get fed up of being promised all these changes that will never happen. Yeah, so this is American politics for you. Okay, and yeah, I certainly hope that people can wake up in the campaign with Kamala Harris and Donald Trump and start to take voting very seriously. Okay, I never used to take voting seriously. It's something I take very seriously. Even council elections, I take voting very seriously. Okay, and even Dr. Phil said that you put your vote in, and you make sure the person you vote for is going to do good for our country, the United States of America. All right, because the way the United States is in such a shit place now. Is it possible that the United States of America is heading toward a third world country the way it's going, honestly? And people don't want that. People don't want immigrants in the street putting people's lives in danger, coming into the country illegally. I mean, this is going on, by the way, under the Biden administration, just letting them cross the border. They're coming into the country illegally, of course. So, and then, yeah, it's not good. This is not good stuff. And then defunding the police in New York City as well. There's problems with that. So there's a lot of problems going on. It has gotten worse. Obviously, inflation has become a huge problem everywhere with the higher cost of living crisis, of course. You pay more than what for goods and services. It's just, what can you do about it? So even Robert F. Kennedy Jr. talked about inflation. So And then a failed assassination attempt on Donald Trump didn't stop him from quitting. He stood up and yeah, he was just like, let's fight back, fight for your rights, fight for your freedom of speech. Okay. See, look, American politics, guys, as I look at this from an Australian's point of view, when you watch these politicians campaign, it comes like a huge soap opera. They're selling out all these arenas, the Madison Square Garden, thousands of people turn up. I mean, it becomes like, yeah, soap opera, like popular. You could say a bit of a popularity contest. Obviously, these two candidates are prepared for quite a while on debating each other, how to answer questions. Tough questions get answered as well. So, yeah, that's the. Yeah, I do take politics quite seriously now as I'm getting older. Um, but you got to look at it from your point of view, as in what good has been done for you. All right. What good has been done for your local area, your state, territory, wherever you are, and that's the perception that you have got to take when going to vote for a big election in the United States of America, of course. Okay, because people are at a time where they are fed up of lies, fed up of being told LGBTQ rights, climate change, carbon emissions, gender equality, giving, yeah, it's quite sad. Encouraging, it sort of starts to bother me when you get this woke culture encouraging, teenagers to get a sex change, or because they have thoughts that they're a man or a woman, and yet society pushes that stuff. Where the hell have we become? All right. Especially in a broken healthcare system. And encouraging children as well. This is, to me, has just gotten quite sick. And you get therapists that encourage this stuff to their parents. Oh my God. All right. These how do I say it? They're not at the time of their life to be making these choices on their own, and yet someone else out there is encouraging this. That to me is just, it's just, yeah, horrible stuff that USA has gotten to this point. This is what this woke left-wing culture has done to our society. And honestly, it's just, forget all the TED Talks as well. Forget TEDx Sydney going around saying that we want LGBTQ rights. I've got nothing against people who want to live like that. when it starts to become a huge political problem, all right. And it seems to me that if you objected to that lifestyle, you were attacked, cancelled, threatened, bullied, because a lot of the left-wing media do that, putting fear, intimidation tactics, silencing people out, putting people out of a job in Hollywood. Okay. I mean, this is the problems that America faces under the Biden administration. So I do believe that, yes, people were, I'd say, telling the truth about Joe Biden, but were cancelled. They were shadow banned, telling the truth about how it's not fair that a man competing in the Paris Olympics against a woman in boxing, which was just disgusting. The Paris Olympics was just terrible, honestly. It was a spit in the face. It was the most embarrassing Olympic Games ever, and I couldn't believe it. I don't know what's going on with Paris either. Apparently, Paris, yeah, I don't know. No, it's just something I'll just get passionate about. Okay. Yeah, but put that aside, you do get the news from the US to Australia. I tuned into a quick live stream. I saw Barack Obama campaigning live on Instagram, and I said hi. Just a quick hello. Good luck for everything. Wish you all the best for this election. Yeah, well, I mean, good on him for helping Kamala Harris as well. Kamala Harris, I think she's awesome. I think she's a great woman for the job. Yeah, I think we need more intelligent women in politics, Australian politics as well. Yeah, that'll be wonderful, eh? Yeah. So basically, yeah, apparently, well, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. doesn't get Secret Service like he's supposed to. Apparently, if politicians are campaigning, they get Secret Service agents for I don't know how many days out from the election. I know Donald Trump has Secret Service agents. Yeah, that's the challenges that they face, of course. But putting politics aside for us, okay. Obviously, as you know, I'm a big fan of Formula One. Max Verstappen ended up getting a 10-second penalty for some reason. Apparently, there was, I don't know what was going on, some little contact in the Mexican Grand Prix. Oh, it was great. He was having some problems with his car in practice, so yeah, basically, I don't know, he wasn't happy with the power of the car. I finished in the top 10 at least. That's where you want to finish. Gotta hate when I'm playing in Formula One, right? I started from 20th in Abu Dhabi on F1 24, and I finished 5th. And my engineer's not happy. He said, "Oh, he should have finished in first." I said, "Dude," I said to my engineer, "I've started at the back of the grid in wet weather, and I've finished 5th in the top 10. What more do you expect?" Yeah, I don't know. Car racing can be a funny business. I'll tell you that. Yeah, it's basically, like I say, you'll start to see all the SBS, the ABC, Channel 9, CNN, MSNBC start going on about a bunch of crap about Donald Trump, what he did with prostitutes in the 90s. I don't give a shit what he did with prostitutes. That's his business. Why the hell do they want to get involved and stir up trouble like that? All right? This is what I don't understand about media these days. They want to start stirring up the shit. And gossiping is one of the worst. Oh, it's like people just get obsessed with you. I know from my experience, okay, I get people gossiping about me and talk shit and just get obsessed, okay? And you know what? Am I that exciting to you? All right, for you to gossip, get obsessed with me. Am I such what? Am I that glamorous to you? Am I? And this is what I don't understand with Donald Trump is Donald Trump. What are you obsessed with Donald Trump? Oh yeah, because that's all they want to talk about is just Donald Trump all day. Like people are stupid, honestly. And the worst thing is when some dickhead writes an article about your own kids that's not true, and then you've got to go and pay a lawyer to get that thing taken down and take legal action. This is the problem when you get to that level of fame where people are out there to attack you for everything, okay? People just don't have a life, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. All right, no, I don't know. Okay, that's the problems that the media is having. Like Rumble, for instance, that because Rumble stands up for free speech, YouTube didn't want to sync actual videos with Rumble, which was quite odd, for instance, because it's like, well, I've got to manually upload to Rumble, and this is why I do the live audio here on Rumble. But X is pretty cool, actually. So definitely keep on supporting Elon Musk. Yeah, no, that's good. That's very good, of course. Yeah, it's important to protect our freedom of speech, guys. It's very important. Basically, our free speech is what we need in order to keep the entertainment industry going as well. Yeah, but I'm going to leave it there for tonight, guys. I hope you've enjoyed tonight's podcast as well. It's just great to just kind of tell how I feel about it. Take care, everyone, and bye for now.